Let's get into the action, ladies and gentlemen. GODSENT versus Vitality could be the final map of the series. This is the pick of the Frenchman. We'll see if their T-side start will lead to success. They start to make their way towards lobby. No ramp rush detected. An upper execution is on the cards, but that's the thing. There are Julies. You normally see the CZ there, but this has got 30 bullets of death raining from above the tin roof here. Could it be enough?
Screw Jabba. It's Julie's on Hut. And now, actually, a real chance at this one for the first ZywOo flying around the corner. He can't even find one.
He had to get one there.
Oh, dear.
He had to get one. Maybe Maiden can get a couple more, but it's not going to be the case. It looks like a convincing pistol victory here for Vitality. Sticko coming from the lobby position. I don't know about you boys, but that Julie, like, he was a little bit flash, but there was definitely a kill there.
The thing that I was super impressed with was the way that ZywOo pushed out of that position.
Did he bounce his head off the door frame?
Look, I'm going to be completely honest, on level with everyone right now. I messed up. I wasn't in Skybox, so I can't even go back right now and have a look at how that went off.
Here we go.
So ZywOo's, he's jumped out, and notice he's gone for a circle jump towards the bomb box, right? So he can't get shot from top ladder. His focus is to force that top hut player to look right. If everybody just runs out a straight line out of the hut door going back of sight, he just mows them down. But here, he's forced him off the angle, and that means the rest of the teammates can come out on more of a straight line and swarm the bomb site.
Nullifies those Julies. He's not going to get a massive spray down with those 30 bullets. He has to move the crosshair around and get 0 for it. But there's good damage down here. This is a bit sloppy. There's a couple of kills coming through. And for now, it is still the advantage of Vitality, but they've got ZywOo on 6 HP. Michael
surely it's his
hunting around, and he's got another one. There it is in the back. Way too fast in the approach here. Could cost him the round, and Masuta a little bit clumsy upon arrival towards the window room. So a 3-on-3, Mac 10, not known for its range, will be punished towards the double doors. It looks like things starting to calm down here.
Yeah, the only real opportunity now presenting itself is Makalele's Galil unarmored and with a sound cue between him and the site. It's a real brutal scenario.
It's a very squeaky door.
Yeah,
some would call it.
You would think after all these years somebody would have learned how to fix it.
Yeah.
I get the WD-4, yeah, you're right, bang on.
Let's see whether Makalele can hold on to his Galil.
Let's see if he can be king of the hill. Looks like he's going to be allowed to preserve it. A very strange set of circumstances of that second round. Just seeing them actually have a pretty damn good shot at it, considering it was just USBs.
Honestly, much more than I expected. That was uncomfortable for Vitality. Like that, this moment here, when Michael gets a Galil as well, they have no idea what's going on. It was a little bit overwhelming, flustering for them, but still Apex, when he gets this kill, for me, that's round done. Like, lower bomb side is one of the strongest areas in the game right now. That's why you see teams like Astralis constantly focusing and trying to get the bomb down there a step to upper, because if you even get it down in a 2 versus 4, you've got a good chance of winning the round. It's such a difficult bomb site to retake. So well played from Vitality, and it is going to be a buy now from GODSENT. You remember the eco in the previous round led to 2 kills, so why not? MP9 saved Galil as well. M4s are out. If you lose this round though, Chad, you are in a lot of trouble on the CT side. You'll be 3-0 down with an eco ahead of you, and that could be enough against a team like Vitality to give it up. But Zen, he isn't going down without a fight.
Oh, and surviving is so valuable. No longer have to worry about the rotate just yet. Zen can call should they need to commit, and so Makalele can stand his ground and catch them should they want to cross back towards the hut, and ZywOo spotted. They're piecing together the information early.
Makalele needs to be very, very careful here. Look at the utility he has, the only member on the team here with the defuse kit, and he has all those grenades. If he drops without getting to expend too many of them, this could be a huge loss.
Ooh, okay, Bristol needs to be careful here. The Mac 10 doing absolute God's work out there against GODSENT. It's going to be made to pull one back.
This is a deathmatch right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird to watch, isn't it? But up the ladder they go, and Michael, they know exactly where he is. Zen's down towards lower. The upper bomb site is open for business. Once that bomb's down, CTs with 1 kit available are in trouble here. Maiden coming in from the squeaky door position. They've got incendiaries, a Molotov, a smoke, and more importantly, the Makalele kit.
So how do they choose to piece this one together? Zen in the vents, he's going to be popping up on contact. Well, now he has to. Okay, Maiden, that's a big frag. The Molotov's not going to catch him, though, I don't think, on the vent. And so now, lovely, jumping straight back in towards the hut, and they'll just be accepting that this one is not for them. Keeping hold of the weapons. Now, I don't want to, please excuse my ignorance here, guys. I'm going to be the guy to ask the question. What is that flag? It's beautiful. It looks like something from an Age of Empires civilization.
Look,
the maiden
in
flag.
Australia, they don't really teach us geography, Alex. We don't learn too much about the rest of the world.
I'm going to find out right now, because that's pretty.
Yeah, you do that. I want to just go over this little round that we had before again, guys. So this is the movement that we're going to see coming out from ZywOo here. So once again, you see him jumping out of the hut and going in this direction, right? That's going to force Crystals on top of the hut to have to look this way for the other teammates of ZywOo to run out and then be able to swarm the bomb site. So you can see this. He's pulled out. Crystal's now warring here. The other teammates are able to get out of this hut position and they're able to swarm onto this bomb site.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Although it was very nicely played from Crystal, from ZywOo, sorry, I feel like Crystal still gets that kill with the Julie. If he had the 5-7 there, perhaps, he definitely gets it. Julies are very difficult to manage when you start spraying. 5-7, a bit more reliable, you know, it actually probably yield a couple of kills there, but ultimately didn't work out for them. And we will see the 3-0 scoreline coming. Remember, they force-bought in the previous round with the save Galil. The M4s coming out. They do save 2 M4s again, so not completely out of this round, but 4-0 comes through. You're in a very tough spot against Vitality on their map pick as they deploy outside smokes. I dare say they won't use those. Maybe just one player going down with them. Let's see what they've got in mind. So just Shoxy, as you would expect, to go alone. He definitely has fallen back into this lurker role now within this squad. I feel like they've kind of gone back to what worked for him back in the day, and this is what he is known for. This was his bread and butter, going around on the map, getting himself in clutch scenarios, potentially getting behind enemy lines, and for now, getting in secret, but spotted. Definitely spotted.
Did you find where the flag was from, Alex?
Well,
I want to say Montenegro.
He has, yeah, I think because he has a Croatian flag, and I'm saying that's the Montenegrin flag of, and so Croatia is what he's like closest to.
I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah. I didn't know the politics behind it, so I didn't want to jump in. Okay. That sounds about right.
Okay, cool. Good job, team. We worked it out. Now, let's see if Maiden can do anything more with his 2 HP. RPK's already setting himself up for success. He is being tested on that top site. Zen a little late to the rotate. He's going to be coming in from vent. Sticko Tug digging in on the site, but yeah, not even going to find one. It's RPK who's continuing to line him up from one map to the next. And this is going to be the clean finish for Vitality. 5 still standing as they get this round.
And this is when you can start to just get relaxed. You can start stretching your legs out on the T side of Nuke, because 4 is objectively like an okay half. 4 rounds, 11-4, okay, we can still win this. You've got a 4-0 start here. You've got all the money in the world with 2 players or 5 players surviving 2 rounds in a row now. You can start having some fun with this. You can start dropping some fast-paced lower drops. You could start going outside execution. You can do upper execution.
No ramp action yet.
Yeah, you could just really just have fast-paced rounds using these 5 rifles, just trying to really punish the fact that they're clambering back into the game. I'm interested to see what they come up with. Remember, Apex now, new in-game leader, different approach. I think it'll be slightly different. We're going to see the outside smokes. Do they fully commit off those? So these are the 2 smokes to enable you to cross over to secret. You have the close smoke as well, of course. Michael on the AWP. He would do very well here, Chad, to find a kill through that smoke. He throws the HE instead.
A little bit deeper, and it would have done a lot more damage there. Just landed a little bit short. But what I'm really interested in to see is how GODSENT are going to play these rotations. It was clear to me that they wanted to take a lot of fights on their CT side of Vertigo. I'm curious on a map like Nuke if they want to go for a similar scenario.
Ooh, he gets his own incendiary off. That's amazing from Sticko. He can now stand his ground on those stairs if he's brave. With
the gap in that incendiary, they can still focus it, I guess. It's a good flash, but I think he gets taken down, yeah. ZywOo ready for him. It had to be like a meter deeper, and the incendiary was perfect. You're right, but he wasn't aware of it. Down he goes, and Michael Ailey, decent AWP, but not going to be winning this round for them, I don't think.
Who gets pushed out? That was a chance. Instead, Apex does get traded. That's perhaps a chance for them on the way down. No kits other than Maiden.
He did hit Misuta down to 1 HP. That was as unfortunate as he gets. Great shot. Unfortunately, didn't connect fully. You have to save.
If they can, I suppose. RPK with, what was that, 169 points of ADR right there?
Yeah.
Again, he's just beasting it up. And ZywOo can hear him. He'll be calling that. Those footsteps, ladies and gentlemen. You can definitely hear those. And he'll be telling his teammates where he heard them scampering. So they'll be aware that could be in the yard position or towards CT spawn. So what I want to talk about is probably Apex as an individual, because I want to see what his growth becomes. Because if he is forced to be more passive at the start of rounds until they actually get control of somewhere, and then, like we saw him going extremely explosive in Makaleli's face, you're about to see him run him on down, that if he's going to be an entry fragger in the mid-round, I know that sounds ridiculous, right? But Apex was always a guy very aggressive. If he can at least wait until they're in a position where he might have an advantage to go for that kill, or at least it might catch someone off guard. It could be more effective in an environment like that as opposed to him going like he used to.
So you've watched a map and 5 rounds, and you're convinced Apex.
I'm saying if he can use himself in that manner, because maybe he feels he's more important in the round now that he can't die straight away, right?
Fair.
If you have to call the shots, you want to have a feel for the round.
Yeah, that is a good point actually, because normally you'd see in-game leaders actually by themselves, and they're sending up those sort of plays, like sending themselves down towards secrets so they can get that bit of information. I'll be interested to see if that's the sort of role he puts upon himself. Like, it kind of suits an entry player, essentially, right? You go in by yourself, like Glavewood for Astralis, he'll go down towards secret and be there by himself, hunting things out. If you could mix that in with some great individual ability like Apex has, could be onto something there. Whether we'll see it is yet to be seen. This is kind of speculation at this point, but interesting.
The thing that you get as well as an in-game leader is the liberty to freestyle a little bit more, right? Because he knows what's being called. He probably, in some occasions, would have made what's being called, so he knows where you can maybe take that extra step, or you can maybe take that risk, right? So hopefully we start to see a resurgence from Apex.
It's the lack of input lag, I've always put it. Like, you don't have to rely on someone's false information or them just delaying things. Either way, MP9's defend towards upper. Decent job from Crystal. Lots of damage inflicted, but down they go towards lower once again. It's Sticko. No kills so far for Mass in hand with no utility to speak of. Needs to find a couple here. Only good for one. RPK nails yet another headshot at 3-on-3. We talked about this before. The lower bomb site, it's so difficult to retake, especially when you have an equal situation, but we haven't got that now. Shox, known to be the clutch up, couldn't be further away, and this is what we are talking about on the first map. He seems to have nice ideas, but when it really comes down to it, sometimes can be left out of position, but does punish the fact he gets one kill. When he gets a second, that's great. Zen probably didn't want to go for that one, but still managed to nail the shot. Down they go towards lower. Had they had Shox applying pressure from, let's say, towards ramp from ladder, that would have been great at the same time. I'm not sure what he was doing when all that was going on. I assume he was going for the big backstab once the bomb was planted, but way too late.
Well, this is why they brought him in, or at least it felt like, right, was to fit that role. They wanted him to be more of a clutch player. That's what they wanted him for. The problem is, if he's not putting out in that role, then he's about as useless as what Happy was towards the end of his career, right?
Yeah,
everybody knows that Lurk's coming. Everybody can defend on it.
And it's happened, what, 3 or 4 times in this series alone? If I'm playing against Shoxy and like I'm feeling things going quiet for a second, I'm like, watch out. He's going to be up to something. And that's when it becomes a kind of a deficit for the team. It always works out against you because they're expecting it. That's what happened to Happy's career towards the end as well. Everyone's just expecting it to be a fake.
Yeah, and it's, you know, that luxury, if you've got the player icons for every single play, you just look up the top of your screen, you see Shox's face still alive, you're like, okay check my back. Yeah, exactly. So outside smoke time.
As you mentioned, Alex, we have a very small sample size so far of this new look Vitality. But from what I'm seeing so far, that's what they're aiming for. It's our old school Shoxy to come out. It was never really working in the modern game, to be honest with you. Whether it'll work now, I don't know. But outside they go. Zen to defend with the Krieg. Looks like he's confident to go a little bit wider, but the flashbang is just spot on here. Good shots from the Krieg, but still a 4-on-4.
It does well to do so much damage to Apex. That's really going to hinder them if there's more resistance. There is Crystal, more damage. No frags. Zywoo, some close quarters. Orpin keeps Vitality with a shot.
That's the one that really hurts. When you've died out there, you've done a lot of damage. You've given them the lower bomb site. Your teammates aren't sure how much damage you've done. And now Sticko. We've always said he's a safe pair of hands, but Zywoo...
Wow. 3 big kills.
He rips them off.
3 big kills for Zywoo in this round.
That's insane. He's gone for that. Look at the HP. They can still win the round. Maybe not anymore.
That's a left eye peek.
Yeah, Sticko had all the advantages. Low health, weapon. But Zywoo, so damn quick.
This is looking very clean from Vitality right here. The only round that GODSENT have posted was that scrappy round, right? That was and it was basically how quick the responders showed up on that bomb site what made it difficult. Yeah.
So to close things out here, 21 points of health between Zywoo, Apex, and Shox, and somehow winning the round. Zywoo didn't see much from him on Vertigo, but my God, have you seen a lot from him in round number, which one is this? It's number 7. Sticking up there. We haven't got this on the GUI, have we?
Quick maps. I think you see it on the when the location A site's not there.
There you go. So he's always changing this GUI. You got to keep it on your toes. Things you rely on is crutches, and you go into them and you're saying something like, oh, there it is, that's gone. All right. But there it is, round 7.
Do we need Vlad to start dropping like update notes?
Like patch notes for our game. This is the game we play every day. The game of read the HUD and speak.
I really like this edition. Obviously, you can see top right where it has all the maps, the order, what we're currently playing. And then the new one that they've added, the more recent one that we had introduced to us in Katowice was the 5v5, right? You know,
for the feed, top right.
Yeah, I think that's a great addition right there.
I actually like that a lot. It helps out because when the team is like, when a player's 1 HP, you think he's dead. It does look like.
Oh, top right, top push, and look at the damage inflicted by Zen. He just keeps on tapping. Maiden finds a Deagle headshot. Zywoo's got a Molotov thrown in his direction, but he's already managed to get through it. And now, just that one weapon from Zen. Yes, it's done some good damage, but there's nothing more where that came from. I say that. Makaleli flying through the smoke gets good damage inflicted again. They've set him up for success, but my God, is this going to be difficult. And missed Molly from Shoxy.
Yeah, but they know exactly where he is. Zen, 1 kill so far, and he's done the majority of the damage in this round as well. Locked out for so long, he has got a kit, but he might be better off just saving the Krieg at this point. So they have that defensive weapon, especially on a map like Nuke. Play that in ramp, it's astonishing. It's like a Gatling gun in the ramp.
Oh, it's flamey about that.
Yeah.
My God.
Or a Galil in his hands.
That's true. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for him, but very powerful weapon for that CT hold, especially considering how difficult and tumultuous it can be to hold ramp room.
It means you can be more active in the ramp room. You get to stay for the challenges instead of just playing to drop.
Right.
He gets 2 kills there. There you go. Lovely.
The protect.
Take that, I guess.
Saw it coming. 7 then to 1. Vitality. I'll remind you, this is T-side Nuke, their map pick, and we're starting to see a good understanding as to why. This is their first showing with Misuta, new roster, of course, after Katowice and their shortcomings there. They chose to, or rather, Alex announced that he was burnt out due to the travel schedule of Counter-Strike. And
take that with a pinch of salt. Just put that in there, right?
I mean, we covered our opinions on the bucket of salt you may need for that.
Because I've been part of many a press release like that, and it's just not the truth.
Same as
I'm not saying it's a lie, I'm just saying there's more to it than just being burnt out.
Oh,
good
hello,
stuff,
Zen.
He took a very awkward off angle there, right? Like halfway between where Secret would be and Warehouse. It was just kind of a weird line for them to have to be peeking. So finally we see a little bit of fight, and he continues. This is really good stuff. It was the same scoreline as where RPK grabbed the ace, right? So maybe Zen's trying to do his best tank impression.
Ooh. Sticko, he's had a quiet one here, and
good nade.
Looks like he could take a big, significant chunk out, softens up his targets. And choosing not to take the contact, because he's got all the info he needs. He's here in the steps, and he's got Makaleli in tow. Perfect arrival. And Zen, hey, you forget about me? Holding his scope, couldn't quite see Zywoo, but he's done it. 4 frags from Zen. He starts outside, he finishes in ramp room, the world tour of Nuke, and it pays dividends. 2 rounds for GODSENT.
The reason he has to hold his scope there as well is because he's so committed to that choke point. If he unscopes, they'll hear him click it. So he has to stay in with the scope. So it looked a little bit awkward, but it actually was the right play to do at this point. And comes through. You can see it's actually blocking his vision. The scope itself was blocking it, but manages to get the kill. And we go 7-2. Only the second round picked up a GODSENT on their CT campaign. But they have stabbed each other in spawn, so things are looking up.
Yep,
that's something.
You don't hold any resentment to your teammate after that.
Why does that happen every game I cast? I swear to God. It happened in the first series.
Yeah.
Why stabbing?
Oh, you ballsy boy. Makaleli does go down in the end. Apex just catching him on that cross towards the blue. And look at Shox. He is knife out straight into Warehouse to fill that gap.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need to do. But Madden, he knows something is possibly up here, potentially hearing these footsteps. He's going to hunt Shox down, going very, very slowly. Will clear the corner, and it was unexpected. So that's a big mop up there from Madden. But Apex, well, over the top of the silo. Yeah, hey, keep kicking. Shooting ducks.
They're having a good time on that chat. That's all I can say. It's a great T-side. It's a great T-side so
smiling.
far. And at this point, 1 minute on the clock. You've got a player out there, the Watchman, Apex, just looking over, making sure no one rotates. He will drop down and drop a Molotov towards Secret, but they've still got 50 seconds. Upper finish looking very likely. He's just trying to keep pressure towards lower as they will do a contact play at this point. Crystal, he looks good for a couple of kills. I like this positioning for Crystal. Just the one.
Apex is doing it all. They're just taking it in turns. First Zen from GODSENT, taking the matters into his own hands, and now down to Apex triple to keep them competitive. Zywoo, good use of his utility to ensure that bomb can go down safe. Zen, Molotov keeps him at bay. Does actually tickle his toes.
That made a sound tick. You can see Apex reacting to that. He knows exactly where he is. That's a massive mistake. Zen offers himself up. Unfortunately, there was a round there for them. Sticko can still win this, but that cost him a lot.
Yeah, he's safe now.
He's done for.
What can you do?
No nades, no kit, and no head. ZywOo closes things out, 8-2, and it just comes down to that tiny detail there. You called it out. Great Molotov by ZywOo, protects himself for 7 seconds to get the bomb down, which takes 3.5. At that point, he can retreat. But he stepped into the flames. It makes a sound cue, and at that point, Apex can close things out. ZywOo, great shots as well here. AK-47, perfection.
Just what you want to see from ZywOo, who is finding himself right there in the middle of the pack. 11 at the top for RPK, and the same kind of fragging expected from Zen. You can see he's actually holding the frag lead at this point in time. Going to be seeing an actual aggressive CT smoke, I believe.
They need to play aggressive. This is a good call.
Oh, and it's working wonderfully. GODSENT. They did it with pistols. We haven't seen it with rifles, I don't think.
No, this is necessary, though, because one of the banes of their existence in this half so far is they've either been losing control of Secret and then losing the rounds lower, or, that example, they were able to push and get warehouse control. Ooh. Both are going to apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah, so Sticko's fallen off. He's given ramp room up, but it may not necessarily be a guaranteed commitment. I say that, and as I finish my sentence, it is. Charging in, Sticko, headshot on the first, off angle's paying off, and Zen arrives. So does GODSENT, a full, clean sweep, unless ZywOo has something to say. He does not. Silenced by Madden.
So I think that if you're GODSENT, what you should aim to do here is do another aggressive outplay like you just did there, right? Whether it's Makalele, whether it's more, whether you have a Molotov for the silo, anything along those lines. The rounds that they've been able to shut down outside, think about it. Zen, when he got the 2 SG kills at the top of silo, and that round there where Makalele got the first kill and the aggressive smoke, it forced them to react very quickly on that dot wall. We know if there's one guy ramp, we can get under while the rest of them are in that yard position. But if you're Vitality, you wouldn't expect them to do it again right away. So that's why I would do it again right away.
Which is exactly what we get to see. I love it, Chatty B. Nade gonna land on their noggin. That could do a lot of damage instead. Just gonna be ZywOo who catches that one, finished off, and there's more where that came from. And it does look like we're going to be seeing just the 1 kill in favor of Vitality on their eco. It will be GODSENT closing this gap, and it's a necessity at this point. They cannot stomach much more than 8 from Vitality in the half.
No, as we were talking about earlier in the day when we had the first series and we saw the woes of Ents, something that we were bringing up for everybody there, that it was, you know, a CT-sided map and they weren't getting many CT-sided rounds. GODSENT are on one of the more heavily... It's changing in recent times because a lot of teams are picking up Nuke, but for the longest time, Nuke and Counter-Strike, it was a 12-3, 13-2 kind of scoreline. The fact that GODSENT can't win this half at this point, they can't even get 8 rounds. If they get 7, they've salvaged this, and there's an opportunity to get back in the game, but right now it's looking like one-way traffic. I'm not sure if Henry's GODSENT prediction is, if you're still believing.
I'm still believing, Chad. As we move into round number 13 here, I do believe in the boys. They're going to bring it back together. They'll get 6 rounds on the board, which will be enough. They'll win the pistol in the second, and you'll see the tactical prowess shine brightly as GODSENT will march forward. But for now, round 13, Kriegs and the AWP with Crystal, who will be using that towards outside, I would assume. It's actually Makalele in the garage, so the orb must be positioned towards the heaven position or ramp. It's going to be the former. Moves over towards CT spawn. Just going to be backing up the M4s in position at the back of the garage here. Watching main entrance.
It is interesting to note that Makalele does not do the lion's share of CT-sided AWPing. That's interesting to note, because I've seen Sticko AWP, I've seen now Crystal AWP.
I feel like they're trying to just focus on the players that are like turret-style AWPers. When they require an AWPer, Makalele is a loose cannon.
Yes, probably better on the T side with it.
Yeah, when he's on and he's feeling it, he looks great. But he's a very emotional player. If he's having a rough game, he is not sustainable as a world-class AWPer. He can definitely pick it up and have some impact, but I wouldn't be building a team around his sniping, is what I would say.
And, you know, in perfect contrast to that, we have Vitality, a team built around a sniper rifle. And for now, Sticko's Krieg, essentially a sniper rifle on a headshot angle like that, is being tested. Not going to do much. Masuta having no issues, just finding his feet early here in his first test of EPL. Good push from RPK. Look at ZywOo just biding his time to punish Makalele's retreat. Does have a chance to catch Madden as well. Aggressive, and so much of this young guns are delivering in the server tonight. We will see Apex get it down. Zen completely out of the round, and so 9 on the board for Vitality. He'll be creeping and crawling his way towards Secret.
They've got money in reserve, but Zen will have to survive here with $12,000. AK-47 in hand as well would be very beneficial going forward. But there it is, another brutal round for Vitality. 9 on the board now. Chances of GODSENT get back into this series are shrinking. Finds a little incendiary on the floor there. They're worth $600 a piece, so worth picking them up.
I have a feeling we might see another hard top come out because so far, Vitality. What are you doing? I thought he was going to shoot Masutra. I was like, what? Is he not listening to you? Yeah, no, he just joined. I've been tempted.
Court-martialed?
I've been tempted.
I've never seen it. Has anyone done a team kill on anger at pro play in CSGO?
I don't know.
Have you ever, like, okay, strat time, Chad, in a professional environment, have you ever hovered your head at your crosshair over the guy that's pissing you off and just holding down mouse 1? Just venting your frustration?
No.
I've never done that either.
I had to repeat strats in spawn more often than I would like to say, but yeah.
Thank you for that one. So that's a flash you'll see towards spawn sometime.
Not a common one.
Not known to be effective.
That's
Ready for our
so
newer viewers. Do you want to explain, Hen?
You can just rebuy a smoke or an incendiary. As a flashbang is the only bit of utility you can have 2 of. So if you have 2 flashes and you want a smoke or an HE or an incendiary, you throw 1 flash away. There you go.
That's the end of Henry G's tutorials. Be sure to tune in next week. Subscribe, like, hit the bell.
Hit the bell is the new one.
The bell's the new one.
They're all saying that now.
Yeah, because something about YouTube and algorithms, and you've got to hit the bell now.
Seems like they're constantly against all their creators, from what I can tell.
Everyone's mad at them.
Why doesn't everyone try and get along on that? That'd be nice.
Let's all get along.
That's what we should do in life, though.
Right?
Yeah.
It's because anger's such a knee-jerk reaction and people just feel comfortable with what they first decided on.
Maybe what we can do right now is fix the beef between Rush and Henry live on air.
Oh, goodness. We can't squash something like
that.
If
we could have a fight, I'm not sure whether it's going to be allowed to be broadcasted. But I'm ready at any time, Rush.
Chat's always trying to steer the pot here. I don't know why. I don't want to fight you,
He gets this big wooden
Henry,
spoon out and he starts stirring.
But I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Well, for now, you need to keep your pretty little eyes focused on this game, Rush, because this is a big round.
Oh,
Number 14, and Shocks holding towards Garage. Very fast pace behind him. He'll be punished for a lot of noise. Maiden will get him. Another advantage here for GODSENT. Lord knows they need him. And Zywo is giving him... No, they're not. It's a con. They didn't look a hut. But still, it might... Well, it's going to be fine. But there should have been a punishment there, but you've got the world's best player on your side. He will be saving the day. 2 versus 1 now. Sticko with the AWP, a smoke, and a flashbang, which has been used with the... Well, I have to extinguish that now and go for it. I'll have to drop down. 50-50 in hand.
It would have been really cool if he timed that smoke with his push itself. Instead, they get time to think about it, process it, and hold it. Don't shut him down.
How do you think the conversation with Masutra and his parents went? Hey,
How old is he? 17.
17. Hey, Mum and Dad, just had Vitality, a massive organization, offer me thousands of dollars to do the thing I was already doing now.
5 digits a month,
okay,
so
he's 17, right? I think he's more excited about the Vitality Ultra boosts he's probably getting.
Probably,
you know,
right?
He's like, Mum, they're sponsored by Adidas. You know, that's probably where the excitement... I'm not saying he's 12 years old. Obviously, that's not how they talk. But I'm just giving you some context as quickly as I can. Now, into another crucial round, the last one of the half. And we do see a couple of sacrifices made by the CTs and some aggressive moves from Is it Madden? Maiden? Maiden.
Let's go with Madden, and we'll
like
send
John
him a message.
Madden.
Yeah.
I've gone with Maiden the entire time, and I declared I was doing that at the start of the broadcast.
Okay, you did do that.
Yeah,
okay.
Maiden. Like Maiden
Voyage.
Maiden Montenegro.
Vendetta said that to me originally, and I don't ever argue with any of his facts or stats, so I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, okay. Maiden.
Well, they might be able to get 5 here to finish this off. They have slowed Vitality down. However, they are lacking in the weapons and utility department. So they're going to have some scrappy kills. But that's where they got on the board, right? The first round they were able to post was a scrappy round.
MP9. Barely any utility.
Shadow. He gets the shadow here.
He does. But surely played it out, which it will be. Masuta stepping up, and Michael Ellie, he gets a strong position here. Not the strongest of sprays, but still the round will be theirs. It's looking likely to be 11-4. I say that, though. A chance to get down the fence. He's got the bomb in his back.
This is for an ace. This is for an ace clutch.
He can palm this, no problem.
He was our player to watch. Well, watch him. Oh, my goodness. That wasn't too far off from Crystal's ridiculous wallbang attempt.
Is that the Harry Russell wallbang?
I think that is. That's the Harry Russell signature move. 1 versus 2 now. Ace clutch for his first game at EPL, his first game with the Vitality jersey on! It's not enough! Sticko right there behind him to trade, and GODSENT, they needed that. That's going to be the 5th. Credit, of course, to Masuta for making that one competitive. 10-5 on the half. Vitality just 6 rounds away from closing this one out. We had so much chaos at the start of this half. It started to calm down towards the end as they got a firmer grip on their opponent. GODSENT, slow start, but finding 5. They keep it competitive. We'll see if they can take us to 3 when we get back.
the bar, ayy, turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah, I aim too far. I do it big, I keep it large, okay, live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy, what about too hard, ayy, what about too hard, ayy, about too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist. With the music, I spice things up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. That's not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my niggas from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard, ayy? What about too hard, ayy? About too hard.
Don't you know I'm a bad little mama? I got moves like Madonna. Don't tell me cause I move when I'm gonna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna. Don't you see I'm a winner, I'm a queen. I cause no scene if you work with me. Don't stop me cause I fight when I wanna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second map between Vitality and GODSENT. We find ourselves on Nuke, and Vitality are running away with it on the T side. 10-5 to be precise, and ZywOo has woken up. We did see a good performance from Zen and Maiden, but we're going to have to see a lot more where that came from if they're going to stand a chance of taking us to a third and final map here, which will be Dust 2. Chad, you wanted to see it. What are the chances looking like?
Bleak, it's grim right now, I would say, if you're in that GODSENT camp, because look, I do think they had a better T-side over there on Vertigo, but to battle back right now, to get 10 rounds just to get the draw, it's going to be a very, very tall task here. And obviously, as we always say, it all kicks off with this pistol round right here. A little bit of utility being brought on in, but it's going to have to be, look at those bloody odds, Jesus.
They're getting worse and worse, doubling every time I look at them.
Yeah. It's not good, is it? So PD50 for Maiden. Glocks are out, one smoke, and there will be a lot of outside presence here, but the CT seem to be very aware of that. ZywOo, poised with the USP. Shoxy will be taking down. The P250 strikes first, but there's the USP now, trying to answer back, and there's a lot of outside presence here from GODSENT. But good smoke takes away vision from the CT. ZywOo's in trouble.
He should be in trouble and will get traded in the end. Misuta has a big gap to fill and misses his first, will be overwhelmed. Maiden finds another with his P250. Trust in their star fragger. GODSENT, they equip him with the Kevlar vest and the pistol that does it best. Now a chance for our frag onto RPK. He's actually in a bit of a rock hard place scenario, but he's found a third option. That's Vent.
So they both go towards lower. They can either save their Kevlar, they go upper. Or if they do go towards a lower bomb site, could actually give it a good crack. It doesn't look like that'll be happening. Will be an upper finish here. Pretty basic flashbang to give them access, and that should be the round.
I like the save call idea here because with this kind of a lead that they have, you may as well just go for the force buy in the following, right? And because we're going to get 1900 after this round for Vitality, if Apex or RPK wanted, now, not known to be scout players, but they could use a scout, have some Kevlar with them, or they could drop a scout to a teammate who could then buy head armor with it or something along those
Apex
lines.
could get scout and Kevlar with the buy he'll have available
Yes.
to him because he has 100 health right now and 100 armor, meaning his helmet only costs 350. So that would be a nice little setup outside.
He wouldn't be too unfortunate
Pretty
by any
intimidating.
means.
Then you've got all, the power of those sidearms. It's someone on the hut with a shotgun. It all gets scary fast.
It's just I don't know if I've ever seen Apex pick up a scout.
No.
So, I think also on a map like this, maybe the utility to stop the ramp and the top rush.
He's getting the shotgun.
The alligator on hut or
helmet.
something.
He's getting the shotgun.
We get a lobby crunch.
Yeah, Apex fancies a shotgun here. Let's have a look. What have you got for me?
Do it, Apex.
What you got? What's
Try
the
it.
choice?
There's a scout for Saiwu, as Chad wanted. Apex, though, I feel in the shotgun. I reckon the Mag 7.
Nova?
What have you got? Come on. Come on.
Okay, he wants some new. Okay.
It's a strong buy.
It is a very decent
It's not
buy.
like, considering they're up against 4 Mag 10s and a Galil, this is anyone's round.
This
Like,
is
it's
an
not,
even game. The nades, admittedly, do give them something.
I'm just surprised here that we haven't seen Shox and Zywoo all in the same way. So obviously they want to have a
True.
bit of utility when we get to that first gun round. So this isn't an all-in, it's an almost all-in.
Almost all.
Yeah. They pushed all their chips,
Yes,
but a couple got
Saiwu
stuck.
Yeah.
could have got
Yeah.
armor with his scout on the nose.
Ah, touche. Voulez-vous? Couche. En français. Good shots. Shots.
Get out of there, shots.
We'll get away around the corner and we're all safe. Good early damage being inflicted by the Vitality defense. It's more where that came from as well. Zywoo, there's nothing really to force him off. They could invest a smoke, and they have chosen to do so. Maiden, very loud. The elephant stepping into main. He gets a missed shot above him, but doesn't look like it's going to be too punishing for Vitality. Zywoo, quick finish. And just Zen.
Well, this was an underwhelming round. GODSENT, I have to say. Very good stuff from Vitality to make it such a convincing victory there. But the MP9s, the scouts working out. We didn't see the couple of kills towards, I think it was lobby. They must have pushed in for a crunch when they had outside presence there, I would imagine. But it's where it all started. Out of position, Crystal there shouldn't be able to be taken down when you're holding for the pushes themselves. And there was the lobby push coming in from RPK.
There's a few more reasons why he probably shouldn't have been taken down in that way. This will be a gun round, so I'll save this for the next kind of awkward situation. No, we'll wait and see who wins the force
They're
battle.
going to rush ramp or up.
Yeah.
This is up a rush for this flashbang. They'll be over very quickly, Chad, so don't worry.
No worries, I can hold on to my hats for that one right there.
Look at Flash, look at that. Full blind and they're into the site. RPK was white too. Now they've got it. Crystal's Mac 10, the only real weapon, has managed to get them not only frags, but a bomb plant, and perhaps,
Good flash.
dare I say it, a round. Not going to be easy. Zywoo already finding one. Sticko does have a good position to at least punish one here, but they can double peek him.
Do they have utility at all? They have one flash. Misuta can throw it. He'll have to. Flash goes in. Sticko has to look away. And he'll get one kill. Still a chance here, though. But the Michael flank should save the day here. P250 in the back. Not the cleanest of kills, but that is going to be enough, surely. Defuse.
Why did he die? Why did he push?
Oh, no. All right, so the round that GODSENT lost, watch this. Okay, we have Madden already here, right? He's already jumped on down. I lost my bloody pointer, boys. I'm very sorry. But we have Madden down here. You can see what's going to happen. Shox is going to push on up. Notice the little blue dot pushing. Yeah. Madden is there. Look how fast Shox gets up and gets the kill and runs away, and Madden can't even stop him.
Yeah, good point.
So that right there is why we saw that last round unfold in the way that it did. Not the top rush the round before. Let's get back to it.
Do they buy into this now? So.
They have? Furious fashion that we're seeing here.
Yeah, remember, GODSENT just picked that round up. And Vitality had already forced, but they didn't force fully, Chad. If you remember, they had residual catch, $800 on 2 players, meaning that they could actually buy into this round now. It's actually pretty decent. They got 3 rifles, a scout, glass cannon scout, admittedly, an MP9, so a few compromises with no kits and no utility. But if they win this, they are in such a fantastic position. If they lose it, GODSENT are back in the game.
Yeah, and that's the risk they've decided to take. It's a whole lot, giving GODSENT a bit of an olive branch. Let's see how Misuta does here in ramp room. Gets the info. Zywoo's glass cannon scout. Probably not going to be going for the repeat there. Maiden onto Apex. Misuta, he wants the fight, and he's done well to do the damage. Doesn't convert. Crystal and Zen with 15 health between them.
Yeah, brave though. Very brave. He knows he has to step up in these sort of scenarios. RPK sat in the smoke right now, will go down shortly. I would assume so. Does find the bomb within his efforts. 4 versus 3. Crystal and Zen with 15 points of health between them. Crystal gets himself up towards the ladder. Got nothing to lose at this point, I suppose.
They've got no idea.
And he's absolutely nailed it. They'll go towards up, take all the aggro. He'll come and get the easy kills in the back. I say that. Where is he? There he comes.
A little bit late, but better late than never. I think what is an important point to talk about there with what Henry was bringing up was Masuta knowing in that kind of situation when they were down a man that he has to get some kills. So him re-aggressing is not what you'd see out of many players from that ramp position with an MP9.
If he kills Zen here, he's actually got a shot. There's no kit though, so I might have to bite my tongue. But Zen's giving him the fight. He's got the kill. He has time and no HP on Crystal.
No, he has to pick.
Timing.
Oh, he saw
I think he saw him. Yeah, Crystal got the info. That's powerful. But I think Masuta, he's worked this one out. No time, but at least get another kill here. Oh, not. Oh, quick reactions around for GODSENT, but Masuta doing his very best to make it as punishing.
So, you're absolutely right there, Alex. It was the force buy, but he saves an AK-47. Loss bonus starting to rack up now. They are going to start getting $1,900 per player, but still, he would have to drop an M4. Have his AK, and that's just to punish the fact that GODSENT won't have much money. Now, with this lead on the CT side of Nuke, I would say if you did that, if you force-bought this round, you're actually giving them an opportunity back into this game. You should just be...
They've already given them the opportunity, haven't they?
Of course.
Oh, yeah,
They're thinking about it, though. This is Vitality, remember. They're thinking about it. Take the eco, see what Masuta can do, which is what they've done.
Set him up, see if he can get some kills.
They force-bought that, would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, that's almost suicide at that point of the game because this is the force buy battle is something that Ts can do a lot longer than the CTs can do, right? If you're a T, if this was flipped around and GODSENT had the same decision to make that Vitality just had, oh, we can keep their economy crippled. The T side, you'd probably go for it because maybe we do a vent dive, maybe we do a smoke wall, maybe we take some pistols and we overwhelm ramp. As long as you have something, right? The T side, they're going to have a lot more avenues to go with. The CTs, they need that utility. You have to stop the top rush. You have to make sure you have the nades to slow down the aggression in yard. So the CTs are always playing more of a risky game in that kind of an environment right there.
Crystal's got his warehouse smoke lined up, and if you want to learn it, we can do it together. Back against the container, and in the middle of those three chimneys.
That's three chimneys.
That's three chimneys. Pushing in, Maiden. He's actually going to have a bit of a surprise waiting for him. It's Apex, and oh no, he had 3 shots to take, but instead, Zywoo with just his USP's got 2. I don't understand. RPK, and Zywoo's got another one. Nonsense. USPs from RPK, a triple from Zywoo with nothing, and over to Chad, who wants to try and break down that one.
I don't think there's a way to do that, to be honest with you. There's a single AK-47, PD-50s, Deagles, and a USP. Zywoo taking down... Oh my God, so many players in this range. Look at the precision coming through as well. He's not phased by the fact he's only got the default pistol available to him. And that's the round that completely shuts down GODSENT. They've got to force buy this one. 12-8 down, the TZ and Nuke lose this round, 13-8, and game's over. Series done. They have to win this now. So much pressure. Who's out of the front? Is that Michael Ailey just crossing over?
Is this
a brave man?
Oh my God, he's fighting 2 players with a deagle and he's got a way to tell the story.
How is he away? I don't know, but he will survive.
I don't hate to see the deals come out, right? A map like Nuke, you can isolate a lot of long-range duels and maybe you can hit one of those pot shots which will give you some territory to snowball, but...
Where are the grenades, Chad?
Well, there are none. A smoke and a flash on Crystal gives them some ability to do something late, but what do? Does he smoke heaven, pop flash heart? Like, what are we talking about?
If they went ramp, he can smoke this entrance here by the yellow girder of ramp, flash
Take a wide angle. Okay.
That works too. That works too, but the bomb goes down.
Look at them, no fear. They realize they want to close this gap, and now Sticko's hit a banger. Not quite going to find the second. Shox was right there in tow. Crystal gets a chance, but no cigar, and now all onto Maiden. He's made it happen. It's a 1 versus 2. They've managed to give themselves the shot. He's got everything he could require. A weapon, the bomb, time to get it down.
Flash and armor as well. Deagle and reserve. Ooh, nice work from Apex.
Cheeky monkey,
that's
smart.
So now they've got him isolated. They've got him pinned. So they know exactly where the plant is. They can wait till they're together. Apex doesn't want to overstep the mark here, just showing presence, and you can see this played very well played, even though ramp presence will be coming through, but just denying that plant early on. Really nice stuff from Apex and guarantees the round. After winning a full eco before.
A little detail here as to why you may be questioning, oh, why did they know he was there? Well, because the door was not open to the right-hand side of Apex here, there was no way that he could have gotten out of Apex's line of sight. He was stuck on the back wall of the bomb site. If he had gone through that door and he was able to get out, then we maybe have an interesting 2-on-1 situation. But because he's isolated and they knew that, it was just a matter of clearing your angles and taking those advantageous duels.
And that puts us in what looks to be a
Should be
two-map
GG.
affair. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that success with the USPs, as you guys said it, pretty much the nail in the GODSENT dream.
Yeah, you have to eco now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're getting $2,100 per player. You can, what? I think it's $1,900 per player, beg your pardon. So it's nothing. It's Deagle. We've got armor for Sticko. That's about it. They have to go for some 1Ds again, and they've lost the first pick. 14-8 written all over.
Does Zywoo's USP trump Sticko's clutch for the power play, you reckon? Been a lot of clutches, been a lot of rounds.
What was Sticko's play
Sticko
again?
was in the smoke with the knife. He gets the knife
yeah,
kill and then the two creep
No, I
kills.
thought the USP play in terms of like confirming a
Yeah.
map, getting themselves on their feet on the CT side, like that was insane.
Mountain Dew and Game Fuel power play.
Yeah, I've been told my performance in the Mountain Dew and Game Fuel power play wasn't great, so I'm going to try and step up
Oh,
the next
really?
one. Yeah, from the top, being told it wasn't good
Wow,
enough.
okay.
Is it amped or amp? We're going amp?
I believe it's amped.
Believe or no?
Am I wrong?
I think it's AMP.
Amp?
Yes,
That's AMP.
Yes.
I'm going to try and nail it. Maybe I should lead the way on that next one.
Sure, man. You can take the reins on that one.
That's not a good idea. That's actually proper segment.
Sorry,
I know,
sorry. It's amp.
Yes, AMP.
Okay.
Amp.
So now we all know we're on the same page, as it were.
Yeah, short for amplify. That's
Exactly.
amplification.
I don't know if we can
That
amplify.
means making things, enhancing things in sorts. 14 now to 8. Vitality 2 rounds away from securing this in a 2-0 fashion. GODSENT, they have run out of opportunities. This is pretty much the last one, at least with all the weapons and all the bells and whistles and cheeby weebies, whatever else they need.
Did you guys have lolly bags that you could buy for like 50 cents?
Yep.
Yeah,
I know
was
what
that
you
the
mean.
dipstick ones where you could kind of like dip it in the sherbet? And
I think it's like an assortment of lollipops within it,
sure,
like
sure.
Chubba Chups or
yeah.
other brands are available.
Other available hard candies with the stick.
But that sort of thing. What would your point now? It's like,
Well, we called it a lucky dip because you never knew what kind of sweets you were going to get.
okay, yeah, we had those as well. It was like a bag you had. It had like little like crayons in it, some sweets, and
Yeah.
like maybe
Party
some
bags.
wacky glasses and stuff like that.
Well, that's kind of the buy that GODSENT have right now.
Right.
It's not a bad buy, but it's not
The party buy.
You know, it's not the chocolate you love.
Oh, great.
what
Got a
happened to
Molotov and
the
a
party
smoke.
bag experience? I've been to a lot of parties. No one ever gives me a party bag anymore.
Well, we
just-
can have a party tonight.
I remember the cake always being a bit of an issue.
The
Some
cake in the
parents
party
just
bag
like, why
and
have
a
you used a
napkin?"
napkin? A napkin isn't sufficient. There's crumbs all over my whistle now. It doesn't even work.
The whistle. That's such a good one for the party bag. Damn.
Hang on.
Here we
Shotzi.
go.
Gonna get caught out this time, but look at the position from Apex. This does not work every day.
Audacious.
Someone hit the
Deagle.
shot. Makalele, he still can't hit it. It's not a fight he takes every day. An angle, he couldn't even work it out for a while, but Apex, a triple kill. And my goodness, this is very much the death rattle of GODSENT. Just Zen firing off a couple of shots, 15-8.
I would go as far as saying probably that position you just saw Apex players probably played, what, 1 in 100 maps of Nuke that you would see that position there played. You were so exposed in that position right there with how that round unfolds. The fact that he was able to mop up after shots get taken down and have this much impact, phenomenal work here from Apex. Great stuff.
4 kills in the round, my goodness.
And GODSENT going into the ground, Alex, perhaps, as we'll see a 15-8 scoreline come through. Desert Eagles, again, 3 in a row now. Doesn't look good that they'll be staying alive here in this series, but the smoke's outside. They'll do their utmost here to at least provide us some excitement in what could be the final round.
Yeah. Doesn't look promising. Outside smokes this time. Already conceding quite a bit of early chip damage. You can see Shox just throwing his full magazine into the smoke, but to no avail. Zywoo holding that secret. Oh, nothing from Maiden to do. A second, perhaps it's Zywoo. He's trying to do it all. Ridiculous! Zywoo, you just cannot do that. A monster in the server, winning the round, all on his own. 4 kills, the rest will come. Apex confirms it, but just one final reminder of who is in the server. 26. Top AWPer on the board, top AWPer on the board, and the scores on the doors as well. 16-8 is the final scoreline. 2-0 Vitality with a loss of an in-game leader. Find their first win of EPL.
A convincing one as well. I expected more from GODSENT on the second map, I have to be honest with you, but what can you do when Zywoo starts turning up in that sort of fashion? The USP eco victory to kick things off, to get them into that second half, and he closes things out out his style as well, with the Deagle of all weapons, of course, is looking so strong time and time again. It is going to be a 2-0 lead for Vitality. And GODSENT, I have to say, I picked them up coming into this one, Chad. They didn't really deliver for me. It wasn't a bad showing from them, but I guess we're in a bit of a honeymoon period for Vitality. While they've got a new player in there, new exciting talent that's clutching for them, I don't think this is what we're going to see the rest of the year from Vitality necessarily.